Oh my god. This is the room? What the heck? This is bigger than my dorm room. Bro. Well, I have to get the angles, you know, so.
Figure out so you got all these good angles.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're going to have to do the leg like this.
Yeah.
Nick, right here.
Yeah.
Because I want them to be like, who is that dude?
Yeah, good.
No, it's right here, closer. Yeah, pull it there.
Yeah.
All right, so now they don't know. They don't know what's. They don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this isn't the most professional interview of all time, but like, I guess, in a word, who are you guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
I'm Millie.
Oh yeah. Millie?
I'm Leo.
Leo?
Yeah.
Efrem.
Efrem. Millie, Leo, Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we all have like really deep connections with your music in Astrobrite and Lovesliescrushing. The first time that I ever listened to Lovesliescrushing, I had like a genuine hallucinatory experience, and like it kind of shapes how I view music. So I just wanted to know like the impulses that kind of led you to like go down that path of like pure just noise wash. I don't know.
The impulses.
Yeah, or just like whatever.
Well, back in the day when I was making music magazines,
Oh yeah.
the internet wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So you would have to read about bands, find out about bands.
Yeah.
And then the music journalists were really powerful back then. So they would write amazing articles about all these bands. And the verbiage that they would use to describe these bands, I was like, oh my god, I gotta hear that. Because these words are so beautiful and amazing. And when I would listen to the bands, I was like, wow, that band didn't sound like the way that person described them. So I was like, why don't I make music based on the words that they use? So I would just make music based on the words that people were saying other bands. So that my music actually sounded like, when people would describe it and review it and tell other people, like, this sounds like scintillating, coruscating, it actually sounded like that because that's how they described all these other bands.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally want to sound like that. So when you hear it, you're like, yep, they didn't lie. This stuff sounds weird.
Yeah.
That was one of my impulses when I was first started out. It's like, I just like, ooh, that sounds really cool. I want to sound like that.
Yeah.
But when I heard it, I was like, wait, you didn't even hit the target. So the words were my target. It's like, oh, that's a good place to aim. Like, you know, miasmas or just like a strange, there it is, a wall of sound. Like, ooh, well, how do I make that? Because I guess these dudes did. Then when I hear it, it's like, you kind of did it.
Not so much.
So people were just really hyperbolic back then.
Yeah.
Just trying to make articles. But I didn't know. I was just like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah. That totally
that was it.
makes
Literature.
sense.
Journalism.
Yeah. That's interesting though too, because it's so about the words but then so not about the words. Because you were saying earlier that it didn't really matter if your vocalist like sang everything perfectly. So where, like, what, I don't know, what do you think about that? Like, do the vocals have power? Like, do the words need to be enunciated, or can it just be like the power of voice?
Vocal release.
Yeah.
There's poetry, and those are people that know how to put words together. But then there's music that you don't understand their language at all. You're like, oh, I don't know Russian, I don't know Japanese, but they're singing it with truth.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. If you're not singing music with truth, if you're not playing music with truth, then why are you wasting people's time?
Yeah.
Because you are.
Yeah.
That's all you've done. You just wasted everyone's time and your own.
Yeah.
And you haven't grown.
Yeah.
But you can listen to people's music in languages that you don't understand and cry because you're like, oh, I hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what music is.
Yeah.
At its most basic.
Yeah.
This is like tangentially related, but I think whenever I was hearing you guys perform today, the thing that was hitting me the most was that I could close my eyes and it felt like the music was so divorced from like physicality and like materiality and even a body. Like it was so just the experience. And I'm also wondering how much of your music is like improvised as opposed to being like okay, we're gonna do it this way, this way, this way. Like, do you just let it be how it is and you're just satisfied with it every time, even though there's gonna be variation?
98% was improvised.
Yeah, okay, that's so cool. Oh my
This is
God.
the first time we played together.
Yeah.
And she did live with
Hello.
Was this the first time we played together? As a band thing?
No, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it
Y'all
was a
did
practice,
so
but it wasn't
good.
a practice.
We did not practice at all. Yes, we
Like,
did this last,
like,
like,
this is
yesterday
it.
in the morning.
But I know
I
what
woke
you,
up and
I
it
know
was
what
a
you
text
do.
from Scott. What are you doing tomorrow?
Oh my God.
What are you doing tomorrow? Well, thank you for
I guess
this.
you're playing out to San Francisco.
But it's like I know her powers. I know what she's capable.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Get
it's
out.
all good. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm
That's
really
why I
lost.
pulled her into it. It's like I know this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
And it was.
It was pretty good.
It was so
exactly what I
good.
thought it
It's
was. I was like, I'll do these tones and you do your thing, and it's gonna work.
Yeah, I love that. I love like the trust that you guys have in each other. You know,
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
Cause she's never heard the stuff that I threw at her.
really.
The what?
All those ambient drone stuff. You were just like, I was like, just imagine that we're practicing at my practice space and like we're gonna record. I'm like, I'm just gonna throw this stuff at you and you react to it. And that's what we
I
did.
mean, that's.
We just did it
I've
on
seen
stage.
you play live before, so.
Yeah.
I kind
I've
of
seen you play live before. That's how I knew it would work.
Okay, yeah, sure. I did have to, like, on the plane here, I was listening to the 4 actual Lovesliescrushing songs that
Yeah.
exist that we played tonight on repeat to memorize the like lyrics and stuff. It was really hard.
It is hard.
It's like not the like most
Not-
like memorable stuff. And Melissa, she sent me like MP3s of her singing against like her
Right.
practicing against like, the songs. So that really, so yeah, she
It
sent
did.
me
I heard
those.
it. Because she's got good melodies. She had good
Oh
reactions.
yeah,
to
no,
it.
and I was like, especially like Baby's Breath.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a classic, and I don't want to fuck it up. So.
Well, most of those were just one takes. Like Melissa would sing it and then it was done. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
you did
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's it.
that's-
It's committed to tape. No, that's the song.
I know,
It
but
wasn't
it
like she
exists now,
would-
so like and people like I don't know, 3 million people listen to it on Spotify, you know. So like,
That was just the one take. She would kick me
Yeah.
out.
Crazy.
She would kick me out because I would be yelling like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I don't think." She's like, "Get out of here!" So I'd get in the car and drive around and come back, and she would have. Then she'd finish it because I couldn't be around it because I couldn't hear it as she's singing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't know, and I was interjecting too much. I was like, "Get out of here!" So I'd leave, and that's how all the songs were done. I would leave, and she would just go bam, bam, and sing them, and they just like David Bowie did that. Like every time you hear David Bowie, that's his first take.
yeah.
Heroes, every song you've ever heard by him, he goes in the, and that's how all the songs are done. I would leave, and she would just go bam, bam, and sing them, and they just like David Bowie did that. Like every time you hear David Bowie, that's his first take.
Yeah.
Heroes, every song you've ever heard by him, he goes in the studio, they hit record, he did it, that's it. That's why he's David Bowie.
No, that's
It's not like
awesome.
there was nothing. He was just like, he went in, he felt it, he sang it, that's the song.
Yeah.
And that's, I was like, oh God, I didn't know that. That's really, because I've done like lots of different versions, solos over my own stuff. Not that dude, that's why that dude's that dude.
Yeah.
But Melissa was also, in her way,
That's
she
very
was
fair,
one
though.
take, because I would
Yeah.
like tell her, hey, I just finished a song, you need to sing it tomorrow. She'd just get up, sing on it, because she didn't have pressure. She was just like, do it. There was no pressure. Nobody cared. Nobody was
Right.
Yeah,
listening to
you're
us.
like
Nobody knew
young.
who we were.
Yeah.
We didn't exist. We were just
Yeah.
like making music for ourselves.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like, I want to hear this. I hear this song in my head, and I want to walk around with my little Walkman and just listen to my own music.
Yeah.
And I want to hear these songs. That was it. That's all I did.
I feel like nowadays, like being a musician myself, I kind of get so caught up in like aestheticizing and like trying to control my work, you know, when I feel like so much of music to begin with is like the ephemerality of it, like the fact that it exists and then it doesn't, you know, and it's like an experience, and I feel like y'all's music really like
Especially
feeds
tonight.
into that. Yeah.
Yeah, you.
And it's really cool.
I called her because I knew if she would come here and do it, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But she was like, wait, what?
You have
But
so
I knew that if I got her to come do this, that this was going to be really cool.
It was really cool.
And it was. It did exactly, because I was like, I can put stuff together. It's like, oh, this person, that person, this stuff, this will work. It's like, yeah, I know what I'm going to do here, but I know how she can react to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a director.
Yeah.
Because it's like Robert Altman. He made entire movies where it's like, you're this character, you're this character. I'm gonna roll the camera. This is the scene.
Yeah.
This is what's happening in the scene. Now, to react.
Mhm.
And that's how he made movies like that.
Yeah.
MASH, and Three Women, and Nashville. Like all these movies are just spontaneous, improvised movies.
That's
Yeah.
And they're
amazing.
classics. But that's what he would do. Is like this person and this person are really good together. They will respond to each other and be alive in the moment. That's how those movies are good. You can watch them now and be like, why does this seem so weird? It's like, because there's no script.
Yeah.
They made the script up and he filmed it.
Yeah.
And you're watching people be alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's why live music is good if people are being alive in it. That's why the thrills are really good. That's why the show's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw stuff tonight that I didn't see last week
Yeah.
when I played with them. I was like, wow, this is even better than last week.
Yeah,
Because he was like, I'm
I
gonna
love
do this
that.
tonight.
Even like the samples they choose to use, have they been like alternating every show?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's
It's got, like,
And I don't know what they're
every
going to do
time.
tomorrow. I can't wait to see tomorrow.
those. I love those samples.
the ostrich fish were really,
Yeah,
really
that was
awesome.
the best thing. That was the
Yeah.
best thing that happened to me tonight.
Yeah, I can't even handle the ostrich. It's like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I'm boggled by it.
Oh yeah.
I've always been boggled by it.
Some
Yeah.
things need to remain past our understanding, and that's so.
That's why I don't usually do interviews, because I don't want people to know that much about me.
But I didn't
Well,
interview now.
we'll delete all of this
Wow.
after. Don't worry.
I'm doing it. You're doing it right now. You're in it.
Yeah.
You've been in it for like the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Yeah.
No, just like.
He's in it. Nick's in it. Nick's in it.
Nick is in it.
I totally get it.
It's part of it.
He's the straight guy. He makes me funny.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like you, like so much, like the being spontaneous and like intuitive. I'm curious, like when you're playing, because you said this is like a reaction, like your vocals and like your instruments, like it's all a reaction. But do you have like a favorite conversation? Like, do you like being like a disruptance to the vocal, or do you like when it's just like you're like talking to each other, you can like bounce off each other? Is there like, I don't know, like a kind of conversation that you love to have, or it's like your favorite because you switch it up every time? Is there like a favorite kind of conversation you like to have when you're playing your instrument and you have vocals?
It's weird. Because sound just seems so phenomenal, but voice is so us. You know, like
Yeah.
sound seems like looking at the stars. It's just a thing that's happening. But the voice is like what roots it all. It grounds us to this place, to this time, and emotions and memories of people. But sound is just, this is happening, and I feel like I'm in that space.
I like that.
But having a person singing,
Yeah. Because it's like
I
a
don't know,
human
it
voice,
just
and it's like
grounds
everybody
it.
has like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just roots everything.
Yeah.
It roots
Places
it all.
at once.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Way to think about it.
I feel like I
Yeah.
experienced so much like disattachment from
Because I
like,
could have just been up with myself, and
Yeah.
she wouldn't have to be there, and you would just hear all these sounds
Right.
and react to it. But it's just like she's telling a story. because that's what humans do. They've always been telling stories with their voices forever, for thousands of years. And they started singing their stories. And that's what the tradition that you were doing. This is tradition. When you hear the voice is telling the story, and she told the story to me. And it's just a more universal story.
Yeah.
It's just more universal because everybody could have heard it. And got the story. You
Yeah.
could have figured it out.
Absolutely.
So there's an abstraction to it that helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, the visceral
I think
quality
like
of
the
voice.
improvisational aspect of it is like very like real. I don't know, like when I play like solo sets and I rehearse them to like, because I'm a fucking perfectionist, so like I rehearse them like I know exactly what I'm doing and stuff, and I rarely have like moments of improvisation and whatever. But like tonight was really nice in that sense that I just like could do whatever the fuck I wanted. It was like
Yeah.
my voice and like it was like all the reaction and like it ended up being very cathartic. Like honestly very cathartic. Like
What was cathartic?
just like me singing. I don't
No,
know.
what was the cathartic? What was the catharsis?
You want me to tell you? Like my deep feelings and shit? I don't know.
Okay, no. All right.
Get this.
Next
No, I
question.
don't want to tell anyone.
I mean, I think
That's
generally
good.
it's like a time of great stress for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
understandable. Like I feel like we all kind of needed to be just washed away by all that noise,
Yeah.
and that was just really
That
nice.
is what I wanted tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Exactly.
it worked out. It definitely worked out. Like, very well.
Yeah. I do wonder. I think you said that your first show ever you played here in San Francisco.
It was
Or one of the first.
It was our first show after getting signed to the label.
Mm.
So we got signed to Project,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Hey, we're having a big fest at this it was a big club like this. It's like we're gonna have
Yeah.
like, a couple bands play." And we lived in Tucson, and they're like, "Yeah, come play." And I'm like, "I guess we're gonna have to drive there." So we drove from Tucson.
Oh my
How long
God.
is that?
A while.
So we didn't even make it to San Francisco the first day.
Oh my
We
God.
only got halfway to. We drove for like 18 hours and stopped
Then
2 hours before we got to San Francisco. We're like, Jesus, California's like
that's fucking
so long. Why are these dumb states on our way? So got through Nevada. And it's like, yeah. So we made it. We finally made it to California. Got through Los Angeles. That at that time it actually looked like Blade Runner. And then we got to some random town right outside San Francisco. And we're like, okay, we're too tired. We can't drive. We're gonna die. And we got a motel. And then in the morning we got up and we finally drove into San Francisco. And we got to the venue. And it was me, Melissa, and my friend Shannon, and our baby. We drove with our baby,
Whoa.
our
that was
3-month-old
while
baby,
ago. Wow, yeah.
which was the other reason why I was insane.
I
And
bet.
that Shannon was our nanny. So that's why I was like, this is like the word. Why are we doing this? Because nobody knew. We were stupid.
Crazy.
Nobody knew. So we had our kid, our baby. No, not our kid. This is a baby now. In a baby thing, in the back seat. Never took him out.
Baby thing.
Yeah.
And Shannon was just there with him while we went inside this nice venue and failed.
Oh shit.
And failed. Like my MIDI verb died
Oh my god.
after sound check. So I get upstairs, I get on stage to plug it in, and it's black. I'm like, wait, what? It's like the adapter had died, and it's so proprietary that nobody has that adapter. It's not like you just get
Yeah.
another Edison cord. No, it's like this was
Right.
specific for that, and now your sound is gone.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess we're gonna have to try to play this show with less than half my effects.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
imagine like no reverb, no nothing for you. Now you just have like a microphone, and that was
Wow,
it.
that was
And Melissa's
suck.
like trying to sing, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And we did like 45 minutes of the most brutal,
Oh no.
non-Lovesliescrushing.
Oh no. Just trying to
Yeah,
make
I was like,
a good
why are we
sound.
still keeping on going with this? This is so bad. And no, and also chords were shorting out. So not only did I lose my effect, but chords like so that was like I needed to come back here. And when Melissa was like, I have a family emergency, I can't come, it's like, no, we can't lose San Francisco again. We can't lose this swing state again. I'm not going to lose San Francisco. We have to at least win California. Imagine losing California. California went red this year. Like, no. It's like, I'm not going to let that happen. So you saved California today.
Yeah.
You did. And I knew you. Because if I would have done this by myself, people were like, that was nice. But that's why I called on you, my friend. And it was like, you did what you were supposed to do. You did your powers.
I'm here for you anytime.
It was well done. Well done.
That was one of my questions that I had premeditated. If you had no effects ever, like, do you think you would still find a way to make music akin to this?
Yeah, because I don't know why nobody's ever caught on to what I've been doing this whole time. You do realize that, like, I grew up on classical music, and somebody's already done Baby's Breath like 2 weeks ago as classical music. They did a performance and they had like strings.
Wait, what?
And,
For Baby's Breath?
Like a cover.
yeah, you didn't know that?
Wait,
Fully orchestrated?
Didn't you hear that?
Is there like a choir or some shit?
There was, so it was JD plus 2 other women, and it was an octet. So it was like cello, violin,
That's
violin.
really cool.
And it sounded like Baby's Breath because I've always been trying to emulate orchestras.
Yeah.
That's basically,
Yeah.
so if I
Sick.
didn't have this, I'm like, well, I just had a guitar because I don't know how to play guitar.
Yeah.
But if I could just orchestrate what I grew up with, like John Williams music and film soundtracks, that's all just like acoustic instruments. And 2001 is just acoustic instruments. It's just like weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we play these violins weird? So yeah.
Yeah.
But they've always like, shoegaze. It's like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, I don't understand. It's like, just go further. Like,
You are very.
wait, is he just a classical person?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
only you guys know that now, but you
the
don't
most, like-
bust out the
Yeah.
secret. But like, you do realize that dude would just do this thing
Yeah.
with the orchestra, a tiny orchestra,
Well-
and it would sound exactly the same because Baby's Breath sounded exactly the same, and people who watched it because it was like it was a recital, so there was like all sorts of music played, and then
so
this
crazy.
one person stood up and
Yeah.
they're like, I'm gonna play something by a band called Lovesliescrushing, and somebody in the audience was like, what? It's like, I know what that is. And they were like, and the guitarist is right there, and the dude looked and was like, holy shit. Oh, fuck.
You're good. It's
I
fine.
didn't say that. And he's like, oh my god, it's like the guitarist is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, you were recording it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you
No, it's okay.
I didn't see
You got the drop on there too, so.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That would be a good choice. That would be a good.
That is. That's
Love
fine.
crushing musician voice.
It just did crush it. But I'd never heard it before. I had no idea what it was going to sound like. And then when, like, everybody came out and they started playing it, I was like, that's exactly what I heard. It's like, this is it. Just this beautiful tones.
Yeah.
And then they did Go Set Swirl after that.
Yeah.
I was like, this one sounds really weird. But Baby's Breath was very much straight on. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, this is a piece of classical music.
Yeah.
That's what I've always been aiming for. Like,
Yeah.
trying to do classical music with just like weird guitar reverbs and delays and distortions.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that I've like been noticing recently about like shoegaze as a whole. People get really swept up on like just the fact that it's like noise with like easily kind of replicatable like rock shit that sounds good with like a lot of distortion. But the thing that I've always like been like drawn to is like how like viscerally weird and like experimental it always is, and it has like intense foundation with like classical music and orchestration and like the coming together of so many different parts to create like a soundscape. And I feel like a lot of people miss that.
Yeah, so that's why I liked her, because when I heard her, I was like, you like classical music.
I'm fucking Russian.
Exactly. So because when I heard her, because she opened for me in January, that's how I met her. It's like,
Yeah.
like Lula was like, oh, and our friend GS70 is gonna play. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it was January, and then when I heard her, I was like, really, seriously? It was like classical music. It's like, which is like a bunch
What
of
are you
effects.
talking about?
Your stuff was all classical minded. I was like, I hear all these tones, and
Stop.
you could do the same. You could do your same set with an orchestra.
I do like my organ and like the sounds.
Yeah, you could totally do your entire set, and it would sound the same, but it's true. And that's why I was like, I'm gonna be friends with this person.
Are you a band or a solo act?
I'm a solo.
Yeah, but I was like, what? Yeah, I was blown away. I was like, I'm gonna be friends with her. She's knows what's up.
Yeah.
She definitely knows what's up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's why we're friends, Batman. It's like I'm like Superman. I was like, I have these powers.
Yeah.
This human just like made themselves powerful on their own.
Yeah.
I was born like this.
True.
But like Clark Kent just looked at Superman through the mask with this X-ray vision, like, oh, it's Bruce Wayne. Like that's how he just knew it. Like instantly, like, oh, Bruce Wayne. Yeah, Batman's like, oh shit. It's like that dude, this X-ray vision. Like Batman's like, okay, yeah, all right, you got me.
Yeah.
But Batman still figured out that he was Clark Kent.
Yeah.
It's Batman. He's like, that dude. He's like, probably took a million pictures. Like, okay, that dude is. He's just a farm boy. And, but it took Batman a long time. It took Superman like literally like 2 milliseconds. Like, oh, I know what this dude is.
Yeah. But they reached that equal playing field eventually.
What's that?
They reached the same level eventually. Or maybe not, but like, I don't know.
Really? I don't know the lore, man.
Yeah.
The lore.
The baseline of information they get there. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
So hungry.
Where can we eat?
Yeah,
How do we survive?
Oh, have you ever been to Panchitas?
I haven't been anywhere here.
Panchitas, aren't they open till like 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good mimosas.
What is-
And yuca fries. It's really good.
That sounds crazy.
It's in the
It's
Mission.
really good.
Yeah.
Do you fly out to LA?
I have the hotel, so if you guys want to come back to the hotel, I've got it till.
What time do you fly out to LA?
We have to fly out. I fly out at 6.
That's what you told me, yeah.
When do you fly out?
6:50.
Okay, so we can go back to the hotel, chill, and then just
At like 4 we go there.
yeah, we go there at 4, and then we just like go to the airport. It's like 5 minutes away. That's why I got it right there, so we don't have to stress. We just like
Wait, 5 what?
it's 5 minutes away from the airport.
Oh, 5. Oh, yeah, it is. That's nice.
Yeah, so it's a cute little room. So we'll just once we're done here, because if not, we'll be wandering around.
I was like, I just assumed I'm gonna like wander around or go to airport early. I just feel like it's food. I haven't eaten since Chicago.
Let's get some food.
Yeah.
Show us this place.
It was nice talking to you.
Thanks.
For the interview.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Letting